Hey guys, it's the One Piece TCG fan. Welcome to the channel. Well, I got back from Nationals and it was my very first Nats for the One Piece card game. Certainly had a really great time. And I'll tell you all about it as we go and rip through some packs of OP14 here. All of this was what I was able to obtain at the retail shop during my retail timing. So let's just quickly go through it. I did get the One Piece card binder. So it comes with these beautiful promotional cards here. Got the Leo, the Yamato, the Supreme King Haki, the Linlin, the Newgate blocker, or I'm sorry, the double attack Newgate, as well as the yellow Luffy here. So really nice. Yeah, this was really cool to grab. I'm sure if you heard anything about Nats, you know that the retail shops were absolutely insane. So people trying to get product, stuff sold out really fast. But I was able to get my hands on some of these One Piece sleeves. Got the purple sleeves here, the Sabo sleeves, the Goldie Roger sleeves, as well as the Jimbei sleeves. I also had my hands on some Frankie sleeves, but I gave those away to a buddy. But a nice little pack of sleeves there. Let's see, I was also able to grab this Zoro figure. Pretty cool here. You know, I'm not really much of a figure collector, but I reckon that, you know, because Zoro is my favorite character, maybe I should at least own one. So got a cool little Zoro figure here. And of course, one box of OP14 that I was able to collect at retail. Getting retail product now is very difficult, but we'll get to that in a second. With my side prize wall tickets, I was able to obtain one of the Volume 2 Gold Dawn, and I opened it already. I didn't really think about doing it for the channel, so I was a little excited to check it out, but I did get a Zoro Dawn, which is very nice. And then two of the Event Pack Volume 6s, all the Event Pack Volume 5s sold out immediately. That's because I believe that's the one with Nami in it. But let's see what we have in here. We have an ulti right there. And from pack number 2, we have a all right, we got a Lin there. Very nice. So that's everything I got from side events. There was a very cool side event called matchmaking, where you basically had a section of the room where you just clicked a button, it matched you up with someone, you went to the table and you played. And if you were able to play 5 matches, this was your prize pool or your prize package. 5 matches or 3 wins. I was able to get a pair of or a set of Uta sleeves here. 10 Uta sleeves for your Dawn. I was also able to get a CS event pack as well as an event pack 8. Not sure if I want to keep these sealed or not, or crack them, but for now I'm going to keep them sealed. So those are the 2 packs there. I was able to get one mat, which is the Evangelion mat. In fact, I want to open this now so that we can open this OP14 pack on top of it. Evangelion was one of my favorite animes as a child, and so getting this mat was pretty cool. I don't actually play Union Arena, but you know, still nice that they were able to grab this. So we'll take a nice look at this mat here. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I got Asuka, Shinji, Mari, Ray, and Kaoru's here. So yeah, looking pretty good. And let me just make sure everything is still in frame. Cool. All right, so let's dive into this box. Alrighty, so hopefully this is a little bit better of a view here. We're gonna go ahead and jump into some packs, see what we can get. As I kind of yap about my experience in that. So yeah, I mean, my very first One Piece Nationals, it was a very cool experience out in Las Vegas. Lines were, I thought, well managed. From all the horror stories I heard from, okay, got the shanks there. From all the horror stories I heard about One Piece Day in Dallas, I was expecting something much worse than what I experienced. But basically, you had a line outside of the venue until the time of opening of the doors. And then you basically had kind of something like a security check inside. And once you were past that, that was more or less it. And I went in for the LCQ. That was on Friday, the day before the event. All right, there's a useless kid there. And ultimately, I was not able to make it into the main event. I was quite sad about that, but also, you know, it is my first national, so I can't beat myself up too much. But My very first round was a Roger. They won the dice roll. Okay, got the Dawn there. Electlaw and Kaido. But yeah, my first match was a Roger. He won the dice roll, but unfortunately, that's not a very good match for Roger. Zoro kind of does everything he wants to do in that matchup. Second match was a yellow Luffy. I just happened to, I think I played that match pretty decently. Day one die roll, went second, but didn't really play into anything too bad. And okay, got the VV there, our first SR of the box. And so that was nice. Got up a quick 2-0. You needed to effectively go the day. You needed to go X2 during the day, so only 2 losses total that you could take, and that would get you into the main event on Saturday. But yeah, going into the third round, I played against a purple Doflamingo, which is a bit of a tough matchup for me. I was able to take it though. They weren't all that. Oh, okay, nice. We got the Croc secret there. Our first kind of big hit there. But yeah, I think the purple Dofi was a little bit newer. He hadn't actually played the Zoro matchup before. He wasn't redirecting into leader when he could have. So, you know, to kind of save some value for his bodies. So I was able to take that one relatively handedly. Let's see, what do we got here? We got a Gecko Morio leader and a, okay, nice, a Boa SR. I know these are still going for quite a pretty penny here. So nice little hit, nice little SR. And then, so I was XO going into the fourth round. I was actually feeling pretty good. At this point, I only needed to win 3 more to make it into Nats. But card games, consistency, variance, all a thing, because in the next game, my fourth round, I played against a Boa. They did win dice roll. They went second, and unfortunately, I had a 0 Tashigi game. Okay, got the Luffy rare there. I had a 0 Tashigi game. I think I saw 1 restand event that game. All 4 Tashigi were in the bottom, like 12, 15 cards in the deck. So I was never going to see Tashigi, unfortunately. And as good as Zoro is, he does kind of hard rely on cards like Tashigi and restand. So that was unfortunate. That was my first loss of the day. And okay, sugar there. And then, so, you know, going X1 into the 5th round, it didn't feel too bad, to be honest with you. You know, you could still win, still lose 1 more and still make it in. So I wasn't feeling too bad. My 5th round was also a Boa Hancock. And thankfully, I did see kind of all the cards I wanted to play. And so, all right, Foxy there along with the Rayleigh. No hits in the box yet, except for the Croc. So still potentially 2 more that we're looking for. Ideally, we would find the SPPRB02 Zoro. That's one I want for my personal collection. But we'll see. So yeah, my 5th round was a Boa. I was able to play well into that one, and I got the win. So going into the 6th round, I was X1. I was actually feeling really good about that. Okay, the Isho there. And then my 6th round was against an Emu. I actually won the die roll, and I was able to take second. Unfortunately, he mega high rolled me. He had every card he needed the entire way through. And he played his first 10 Elders with all 4 life. So, you know, if anyone's ever played that match with Zoro, you know that if you can't get them to maybe down to like 2 life before they play the first 10 Elders, you're basically cooked. And that's exactly what happened. Every time I swung 8, he had an event counter. Every time I went for like a 5, he always had a 1K. Every time I went for a 6 or a 7, he had the exact counter. So unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But okay, got a ground death there. That's always nice. But you know, I figure in 7, 8, 9, 10 round tournaments, you can figure you're gonna low roll once. You probably figure you're gonna get high rolled once as well. So after my 6th round, I was X2, and I had low rolled once and I had been high rolled once. So I was kind of hoping that I could, you know, play properly and make it through at that point. So my 7th round came up, and I was playing against a yellow Luffy. And this was basically the biggest heartbreaker for me, because on their 4 life turn, I was able to get them down to 4 life, and I swung in, and they Flame Dragon King'd. So they were able to rearrange their life, and I figure given that the chances that they had a 0 cost as their final life was relatively... Oh, okay, nice. We got the Kikunojo alt art there. One of our hits. And so I figured he had the 0 cost event in life, and there was a turn that I was able to go for lethal, and even if he had the 0 cost, I had enough swings along with the Zoro restand event to break through. But what I didn't account for was his last life indeed was a 0 cost event. But what I didn't account for was his 0 cost event healing into a 0 cost event. Oh, nice. We got the Miss All Sunday alt there. Beautiful. So those are our 3 hits. And so now we're just opening the packs for fun, I suppose. We'll see what else we can find. But yeah, that was pretty depressing, I'm not going to lie. I thought I played through that match really, really well. He was down to 1 card in hand. I believe actually 2 cards in hand. And yeah, basically if it was any trigger outside of beige or... okay, for fun right there. If it was any trigger outside of beige or 0 cost, I would win the game. A blocker wouldn't have worked because I hadn't swung at a body yet with Zoro. So yeah, very unfortunate that's how I got my last loss. He was able to just swing big on the next turn on the clapback to take the game. Okay, nice Mihawk Don there and the Kikunojo. So that unfortunately is how I did not make it into the national event. There was one more round, an 8th round. Unfortunately, I just felt very deflated after losing in that way, so I just dropped there. But then I went through and enjoyed the rest of the convention with my friends and, you know, played in some side events and tried the best I could. So, okay, Rosie and Law SR there. So overall, still a very, very fun Nats. I just wish I did make it through into the main event, but considering that out of 7 rounds, I low rolled once, I got high rolled once, and then once was just the luck of the gods saying it was not my day. I mean, he had even played a 0 cost event for defense 2 turns prior. So the fact that it was his 3rd 0 cost event, that was at the top. Whoa. Oh, nice. We got the Perona rare, the alt as well. Very, very nice. Oh, this is the EBO4 SR. It wasn't an alt. I see. Okay. So those are hits right there. For some reason, I don't know why I thought this was the 1 cost Kikunojo. It clearly says 7. But still, one of our SRs. Let's put it in the old SR pile. So anyways, that was my Nats experience. You know, I will say the food was terrible. I think I paid $18 for a slice of pizza that was undercooked. It was doughy on the bottom, and I ate about 3 bites and tossed it. Yeah, really not good. But otherwise, a very, very fun national event. I'm glad I went, and I hope to go to the next one. So we're down to the last handful of packs here. Let's just see what we get. Arlong there. What else can we find? I think 3 is the max, right? So we're basically just looking for... Okay, we got the Nami SR there. If I wanted to play RG Luffy, I do have a roommate who's maybe looking to play RG Luffy, so maybe we'll make that for him. All right, second to last pack here. We got the King and the Jinbei. Nice. All righty, last pack. I don't think we can find a hit out of this, but it would be cool if we did. A 4-hit box, that'd be kind of nutty. But boom. All right, the Jinbei SR. So there you go. There's the box I was able to obtain at retail at Bandai Card Fest. I really did wish I make it through into the main event. Unfortunately, it was just not my day. But otherwise, I think I played well. I tried the best I could, and we're gonna keep playing with Zoro. Now that I'm back from Nats, I will be grinding out some more games on the sim and posting those. And this coming weekend is EBO3, so I will be seeing if I can get my hands on a box and open that for the channel as well. Very happy that Bandai decided to post that they're going to be reprinting some EBO3. Very, very nice. And yeah, I hope all of you at home trying to get your hands on EBO3 are able to do so at a relatively decent price. And I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.